Alrighty, so it doesn't take a genius to know that if you're out in the wilderness or just in general and you have a knife or a pocket knife, you feel me, that at some point you're going to have to, do some care for it, right? Not many people know how to deal with it, and I felt like it'd be a really good topic to discuss. So I'm going to show you guys a really good way to get rid of surface rust on your blades, so that way your blades can look pretty decent and be protected from rusting out so they can't be used anymore. Now, I'm going to teach you guys one of the best ways. All you need is one of these. But before we go on and get into this though, cue intro. If you got surface rust on your knives, I don't know if you guys will be able to see it on this. I got some towards the end here and the tip, as well as a little bit towards the brim of the knife up top here, and then around the dip or the close to the serrated end or the sharp end of the knife. But it's predominantly up here in the corner, so we're going to go ahead and show you guys how to get rid of this shit. And then if you guys stick around, I'll give you an extra bonus tip too. So let's go ahead and get to it. With knives, if you don't clean out the surface rust, and you leave it for a while, you'll have like darker stains. I don't know if you guys can see it, but I have a few there. And then there's a little bit up here, kind of looks like dirt. And then I have it on the other side around towards the hilt and everything like that. But that'll happen over time if you don't clean off the surface rust soon enough. It's not like it's gonna damage anything, so to speak, as long as it's not too long. After a while though, it'll start eating at the metal, and then your knife will get flimsier over time, especially if you have it for a couple of years or something like that. Oh, it's just good to make sure you can scrape it off. What you want to do is basically grab your rubber eraser here, and you can get these on Amazon for about $5 to $10 by themselves. You can get a stack of them. I wouldn't recommend paying much more than that unless you know that it's like really good and meant for that. You can be like me and you can get a kit with knife oil and then the eraser and a cloth. I got 2 cloths in mine plus the oil and the eraser, and that was about $15. Knife oil is good for protecting and restoring your blade. Rub it in with your microfiber cloth. But we'll go ahead and get to scrubbing here. Make sure you have your knife on a flat surface so that way it doesn't go anywhere, and then you can use any of these ends really. If you want to get close to the serrated edges, you can use the ends of the rubber eraser, or you can just use the flat ends, you feel me? I have been doing little circles with each one I do, and you might get it scratched up, but your knife's going to get scratched up anyway, so what does it really matter, right? You don't want to push too hard though, because if you push too hard, it will kind of damage it more than you might want it, but you don't really need to push that hard on in order to actually get the stuff off. So like I got some coming off right there now. You won't really have to do this too often though either, as long as you're not in an area with high humidity or it has to deal with humidity quite often. Places closer to salt water and everything like that, you'll have to do it more frequently. So that way you can take care of your weapon or your hunting tool, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, so it's just good to do this every once in a while. You can see we've already started getting a decent amount of the rust off. Like there's that there, and all that got off. Couldn't really get much of that off, which that's fine again because it's just from being old and then not doing this prior. And we got some up here. I'll have to scrub a little bit longer. And you can see it's starting to come off more now. Because we did have a lot more, now it's just towards the tip. And then we'll go ahead and get the back here, or like the larger, wider end. So it looks like we got it predominantly towards the tip again, if anything, which isn't uncommon. Just a reminder though, if you guys are enjoying this video here, don't forget to smash the shit out of that like button, hit the subscribe button, etc. Whenever you guys do this, it really does help us out and also helps to get this information out to even more people, so that way they can be more self-sufficient and independent of these systems that we live in, because the whole theme of all my channels here is fuck the system. We don't need them and we'll be just fine without them. When you guys do that, it helps to get the stuff out so more people can be resourceful and more sustainable on their own. With that being said though, let's go ahead and hop back on in to clean off the knife. Just go ahead and get a little tube of Flitz. This stuff's pretty good. The video I watched talked about this and recommended it, so I went ahead and got some of it. It's also a corrosive protectant, so it'll help with rust and all that as well too. It'll get off whatever rust you couldn't find if there's any more, and just kind of make it look nice. And you don't really need too much, honestly. The size blade I have, I'd say you only need probably about pea-sized amount for each side. You got your end there. Just put on the blade and rub in small circles, and then back and forth once you get that. That does look quite a bit better on that end. Flip her over and then you just do the other side. Same as last time, just about a pea amount. And then, you know, dab, circles, small circles. Always be careful around the sharp ends of it. I'm used to handling knives, so it's not really too scary for me, but you should just always exercise caution because it sucks to have your finger spliced open. I can speak from experience. As much as I was trained as a kid, I was stupid a couple times, especially with dull knives. You don't want to fuck with them too much. But this Flitz stuff does help it look a little bit nicer though, for sure. Yeah, there you go, and then you can put on the oil here to go ahead and spritz her up a bit. And same with the oil, just little circles, and you can do back and forth if you want. Just enough to get it coated, you know, and everything like that. Now you got a nice, clean, and surface rust free blade. Good to clean out the containers because it can build stuff up in there too, you feel me? Just rinse it out every once in a while, or, you know, use some soap and water and then let it air dry or dry it out with a blow dryer if you have access to that. If not, just let it sun dry, you feel me? That way you guys are less likely to have stuff building up in the container itself or your knife holder. Secret tip, if you guys find an onion, you can just literally stick the knife right in there and you let it soak overnight and then bring it back and it pretty much scrapes it off. Or you can use the onion to scrape it off afterwards too. The enzymes in it and the acids will break down the rust, or that's what it's supposed to do. So that'd be the all-natural way you guys could do it. But that's gonna be it for us today though, my dudes. If you guys did enjoy, as usual, please don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. It really does mean a lot to me whenever you guys do this, and it also helps us to get further up in the YouTube algorithm to help other people find content like this and learn how to be more self-sufficient without the system, and, you know, just feel more good and like confident in themselves. But until next time though, my dudes, please don't forget to live long and prosper, take care and peace, keep it 1,000,000% real, and as always, fuck the system. I will see you guys on the flip side.